The things we fear to start or do in our life, sometimes they become our biggest regrets of our entire life. Yet our brains always tell us to change from where we are and do something else, but we resist, thinking some people will look at us as failures, all irresponsible people, all poor people, etc. At the end of it all, we keep ourselves stuck in things that don't make us thrive in our daily life, but we only get daily food to eat. Today I want to share with you a little bit. Before that, in the drinking water of our chicken, there is onion, garlic, ginger. It helps to boost the immunity of the chicken, treat flu, increases the appetite, meaning they're going to consume the feeds very well and grow healthy. And during this coldness, it helps to remove all the illness from the chicken, even the older birds. I give them for 2 days, give them their plain water for other 2 days. I also bring the medication, those herbs again, for other 2 days. So let's continue. I want to share with you a little bit of my story. Before I started poultry farming, I was working in town. I was first employed by someone, let alone I made my own business. To reduce on the costs of living or expenditure in life, I had to cook my food every day, breakfast, that anything that I can use in town, I could cook it in the morning, prepare some porridge in a flask, the food in the container, plus the drinking water in my bottle, pack them in the bag and leave to work. Doing all those things several times helped me to save some money. But time came when I wanted to do everything to save, but I could not save the money. The money that I was making was not enough. Guys, I'm trying to pick all the threads from the chicken. These chicks can eat anything and they can cause death to the chicks. So I try to remove each and everything from the brooder, from the chicken house, especially when they are still young, to avoid unnecessary death. I light the stoves because it is too cold. It is raining, especially on the upper floor. I tried also to walk even a distance so that I can spare the money that I used on transport, but I could not save anymore, but just to get the money to eat, or just to consume the food every day only. That is the only money that I could make. So I started asking myself, will I be in this kind of situation every year? And how long will I take? You move out of the house early in the morning, you come back at home during almost at night, but you have not saved anything. I had already started planting the banana plantation and some things at home, and I decided, by that time I was still renting, but the land was full of food, the cassava, the banana plantation. So I decided to start thinking about staying at home because my plans was to do farming. I started that garden of tomatoes and green peppers, and later on I started poultry. After the construction of the house, the town became misery. I left something. When I started to prepare myself some food that I had to use in the town, I could just drink dry tea or black tea at home during the night, meaning I was not spending much. You know, when you eat town food, you need the food that can make your body strong, meaning in the evening you have to prepare the strong food. So I used to make a porridge in the flask and some food that can make my body healthy the whole day. So at night I would come back and just drink tea. Then the next day I prepare the food and some porridge plus the drinking water in my bottle, like that, and life went on good. So you might be in that kind of situation, but you're working to get only food. You have a home, But if you can start something, your mind tells you, but you quit and start something at home, and you're thinking that it is not possible. What if you fail? But just think about it. What if you succeed? Guys, the recipe for the chapati that I'm preparing, I used spring onions, the red onion, carrots, prestige margarine, salt, sugar to make the chapatis tasty, plus the cooking oil. In life, we succeed in some of the businesses and we fail in some of the business. But when you practice something that you love, at the end of it all, the resilience you have, the consistency you do in that business can help you thrive or grow. I found out that every time I do poultry, I let myself free. I can grow because I take a long time without moving out of the home, meaning I'm saving on transport. I don't buy unnecessary things, meaning I'm saving my money. I enjoy the little profits that I get out of poultry, because if the profits comes, I spend less of it. If you get the profits from the business you're working in town, you have to buy clothes so that you can wear good clothing, not because they get older, you're wearing them, you're ironing them every day, you're wearing them every month. So it means every month you have to buy some clothing, transport, food, and many other problems that you face during that work, moving out of the home every day. But I've discovered that working from home is the best way. However much you can get a little, but that little can help you to grow. And nobody cares about your problems. Nobody cares about your success. And actually, those people whom we think that they are mocking us, yes, some of the people mock, but the only way to run out of those miserable situation is to be consistent in what you want to do. If you want poultry, you start it. If you want to do garden, you start the garden. If you want to do goat rearing, you start the business. Because you want the business, you'll be able to manage all the challenges, and you will not listen to those people who are always thinking that you're not a successful person, you are under misery. By the time you succeed, there will be the same people who will ask you how you did it, and you'll be the same person to help them grow their own business. So my point is, don't fear to change from where you are, to start small with another business. Even if you're employed or you have yourself employed, if your mind tells you to change, please change, because life does not end there. You deserve the best. You deserve to be happy. You might be waking up every morning wearing good clothing, you ironed, your braids are looking nice, but your bank account is empty. So if you want to change something, start now. Should I say that I'm living a boring life? But I think when I wake up and hear the birds, it's better than hearing the noise in the town of vehicles, the sounds that causes headache. I love this kind of life because it's not stressful. So it's better to start something that you feel you want in life, because you can. When I told you that I was gifted 2 chicken and I turned them productive, I started to sell the chicken. I sold the chicken the festive season. Some of them were laying very well, and I decided to eat their eggs. So it is very fine to do something that you love, because right now, from getting just chicks, they laid eggs, the males were sold, some of the females, I also sold them, and I turned the smallest things into a productive business, and life can start from there. If you have a home, things will change for you. Even the tiny home that you're thinking you can do nothing in your backyard, guys, plan and utilize that tiny home into a productive business. It could be a garden. You can also add on some chicken. I have fruits at home. I grow almost everything with my chicken manure. No more addition of any bought manure. Life is short. Turn everything that you feel you want into a productive one and stay happy. I love you all. Let's meet.